Ladies and gentlemen, it is Chef Matty, the porcelain poppy, and the cap is beat. It is Monday Fun Day. It is the weekly RAWBall Podcast. Here in the office, I got the Angels and Orioles about to do battle. Shohei Ohtani going up to the mound against Matty's newest acquisition on his fantasy team, the top pitching prospect in baseball, Grayson Rodriguez. We shall see how that all comes about. Baby Pudge. How is everybody doing? It is a Monday. Cap is beat. Cap has had a long day, but I am here.
I'm doing good. I'm not quite sure if my cat's having a moment right now, but we shall see. That is adorable. Like he is currently waving on his cat tree, and he doesn't do that. So we'll see if he's having a moment or not. If he screams, we're all good. Oh. But how are you guys?
It was a long day at the office today. I would nothing about the new gig. I did take 136 sales calls in 6.5 hours.
Hell yeah!
And of those, 66 gave me a 5-star rating. So cheers to me.
As you should, yeah. Cheers to you, Kat. You're the beast.
Considering no one else on the team took even close to 70, because Cap shows up and does his job. But yeah, getting ready for some baseball tonight. Actually, curious to see how Shohei Ohtani does, because Matty has two pitchers pitching against each other tonight. This is kind of a rare occurrence. So if Matty wants to,
it's a win-win for me. But
if Matty wants to turn on the Orioles and Angels game on MLB TV, be one interesting to keep up with here.
Since you're bringing it up, should we start on our Sunday night game of the week?
I think we should. That's a good starting point.
Of course, you would say that, you shithead. Cardinals absolutely massacred the Boston Red Sox at Fenway 9-1.
This dog shit, bro. Hold on, before we continue. Position player Brandon Nimmo is at the bat against the Nats. It is 10-2. The Mets are metting as always.
Well, they didn't met yesterday because I had their opposing pitcher. That's why the Mets like to fuck with me.
But yeah, no, the Cardinals beat the dog shit out of the Red Sox. It wasn't even really a game after the second inning.
Nah, it was 10-2. No, it's 10-2. Nats over Mets. Angels and Orioles about to have first pitch. We got Yankees, Blue Jays later. Boston and Seattle has first pitch in about 40 minutes, roughly.
Okay.
Cardinals face the Brewers in a very important. If the Cardinals are going to keep this momentum going, they got the Brewers for 3 games this week, and the Brewers lead the division, so that could be a very pivotal series for St. Louis.
And didn't you say what? Me and the Red Sox are 9 behind first?
Let me take a look at the standings. The Cardinals, as of last night, are 7.5 out of first. The Red Sox are 8.5 out of first. So a game each, and they're both in the cellar of their divisions, even after St. Louis won yesterday.
So yeah, those 3 are definitely pivotal matches that we're going to need to win all 3 to do something in our division and hopefully get out of the damn cellar, because with the Red Sox, we were trying to unlock the door out of the cellar. We might have found a key, so let's hope we can find the key and get the hell out.
Cellar.
I was saying, since we're starting with baseball, let's start with the big news of the day. It is now official. The Oakland A's are leaving Oakland. Okay. They signed a deal today to move to Las Vegas. They have secured the agreement for the land, the funding. So the A's are moving to Vegas. The exact date as to which has not been set in stone yet, but they have reached a deal with the city of Las Vegas to leave Oakland. They have secured funding. So the Oakland A's will be Oakland no more in a matter of, I'm guessing, a couple of years.
Okay. Do they know if they're trying to rebuild a whole stadium for them in Vegas instead of fusing with like another sports team?
Yeah, they're tearing down the Tropicana Casino and Hotel and building stadium for the Oakland A's.
Okay. And that's a big casino, if I'm not mistaken, like really big.
Yeah, the Tropicana has been around for a long, long time, but they are going to tear down the Tropicana and build a new stadium for the A's. People forget the A's started in Philadelphia. Like what we now call the Phillies used to be the A's, and then they were part of the Great Migration West when the New York Giants left for San Francisco, the Brooklyn Dodgers left for Los Angeles, and then the Philadelphia A's left for Oakland. So this is going to be their third new home. They were originally the Philadelphia A's, became the Oakland A's. Now they're going to be the Las Vegas A's, presumably.
Are they going to be the A's? Like, are they going to go through a full team rebrand now that they're going to Vegas?
That hasn't really come to light yet. I haven't seen anything as far as that goes. I think that's they've been trying to get a new stadium and funding for about a decade now. So I think they're just glad they got that. But we're losing a team that was kind of a pillar of Oakland. They won 4 World Series. Home to many Hall of Famers. It's and you also have to think this is the second professional sports team that the city of Oakland has lost in the last 5 years. The Raiders, now the A's. Because
didn't the Warriors used to play in Oakland too, so that makes 3.
Well, 2 in the last 5 years.
I think the Warriors left Oakland within that time span as well. I'll check.
The Warriors have been in San Francisco for a good while. But it's
Monday parlay.
It's kind of I'm happy for Oakland because let's face it, the Oakland Coliseum is a shithole. The stadium has been falling apart now for 2 decades. And Grayson Rodriguez. So it is 2 on and 2 out in the top of the first for Baltimore as Grayson Rodriguez is trying to keep Angels off the board here. Son of Ivan Pudge Rodriguez. Anyway, back to Oakland.
Okay. So
it's kind of weird. Go ahead, Maddie.
I do have news on that, the Warriors thing. So, up until 1962, they were playing in San Francisco. When they moved into Oakland in 71, and then up until 2019, did they move back to San Francisco. So, yes, within the last 5 years, Oakland has lost
3 professional teams. Well, that tells you how much that city values professional sports.
That is a big oof for Oakland.
I think it's a great move.
Good morning, Dave. In my hair says good morning.
Dev, I have to ask, how do you get your hair to do what it do?
I don't know.
You just wake up and you just wake.
Just does this.
Well, no. You can't call it genetics because if you look to your upper left, there's a gentleman.
He used to have it.
His hair. My hair used to be as voluminous and poofy like that until I let it grow out, and then it fell.
When I let it grow out, it just keeps going. I could keep going for days.
So like Maddie's grows down and out, Dev's grows up and in.
Yeah. And I think it also probably has to do with I have like 5 more cowlicks in my hair than Matt does. Because my hair grows in like 6 or 7 different ways.
So does mine. It doesn't.
If I was a kidnapper.
Dave, you've been with us so long. Learn how to spell my name, buddy. It's 2 E's. It's not Devon. It's Devin.
I thought it was. Well, I thought it was. What's the name that you have on your fantasy?
Setsugo?
It was it Les or Wes or
What?
something?
Tyson?
Tyson, yeah. So is
Oh,
that
yeah,
your?
because that was so fun fact and a little bit of peeling behind the curtain. Devin's name originally was going to be Tyson.
Okay.
It just my mom did not want it to be Tyson because
Or Denver. Thank God.
it was going to be Tyson or Denver. So they settled in the middle and we got Devin.
Don't know how those two equal each other, but
Well, no, you take the DenverTyson and you make kind of an amalgamation.
there's no letters in Tyson besides the N in that corresponds to Devin.
Yeah, but the E almost acts as a Y in Devon.
Fair. I do know a Devin that spelled it Devyn, so fair enough.
The hair that gravity forgot, though. That's great.
The hair that gravity.
He was going to be named after Kenny Omega. Sweet. No, my dad was a big Mike Tyson fan, so he was going to name him after Mike Tyson. Mom wanted Denver named after somewhere in Colorado.
And the reason why I do use Tyson in a lot of things is as a kid I said that was my alter ego, that would have been my wrestling name, would have been Tyson Sanchez, which I don't know why, but I use that for a lot of characters I made in the UFC games, the older WWE games, before there was even the My Careers and shit like that. I just made characters, and there was always at least one Tyson Sanchez. And
I would have probably gone Tyson. I would have probably gone Tyson Rico with Puerto Rico and.
Oh,
well,
I can see that.
if I'm reaching into the Caps box of gimmicks and I'm trying to give this kid a name with the hair, I'm thinking Tyson Rico.
Well, Devin wasn't. Oh my God, Army of Two.
By the way, Grayson Rodriguez got out of the first inning. No runs allowed.
Let's
it
go,
was
Grayson.
Rios.
Yeah, but wasn't his first name Tyson?
No, I think it was Diego Rios and Emilio Sanchez or some shit like that.
It was Emilio, but it wasn't Sanchez.
Emilio Estevez, as in the Mighty Ducks. Quack, 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 quack,
I
quack,
haven't seen
quack.
the Mighty Ducks in forever. Devin,
I need to rewatch it.
Dude, I'm a big I love Emilio Estevez. He's a very underrated actor, and he's actually gotten into producing and directing in the latter part of his life. But
He looked it up. Elliot Tyson Rios and Elliot Salem. Salem.
It was Salem and Rios. That's what they were.
Yeah, but
That game was fun.
well, people most associate Emilio Estevez with Mighty Ducks, but they forget he was also in Young Guns 1 and 2. You know, he was a pretty damn good actor. But
Kat,
then he
I'm
just
glad that you remember the name of it because I always thought he was in Smoking Guns. I knew it was something Guns, but it wasn't
Young Guns. Yeah.
I think I've only seen one. Young Guns 1. I don't think I've seen Young Guns 2.
Well, there were two, but the first one is it's a classic of the Western genre. You got Emilio Estevez, Charlie Sheen, Delmont Mulroney, Jack Palance. Oh Christ, what's the other name of the guy that's in there? Forget his Terrence Stamp. You got a who's who of the younger generation at the time. Then you got Jack.
Movies that Estevez and Sheen did together.
Well, no, Sheen got killed in the first one, so he wasn't. So Young Guns 2, Sheen wasn't in. I think that was the only movie I think that was the only one they ever did together.
Because they are brothers.
Yes, they are sons of Charlie Sheen.
Martin.
Martin Sheen. Yes. The mother's name is actually Estevez, which Emilio took, and then Charlie took his dad's name. Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland was also in. Yeah, Yeah, Young Guns 1 is a very underrated Western. You know me, I'm a
It's so
connoisseur
fun.
of Western movies, so Young Guns 1 is very good. But and also, well, the Young Guns 2 was okay, but also what was cool is Bon Jovi did the soundtrack for Young Guns 2, and that was where we got the song "Blaze of Glory," which
Oh,
is a pretty cool song. That was the theme song to Young Guns 2. Uh,
So,
well, I
that's
mean,
what happened.
Young Guns 1 is a pretty good movie on the life of Billy the Kid. I would put 2 above that. Gore Vidal's Billy the Kid with Val Kilmer, but I think the all-time best one is Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, which is directed by Sam Peckinpah, who was Quentin Tarantino's one of his big influences. And the movie didn't really get very good uh, press when it first came out because the studio was purposely trying to sabotage Peckinpah because they hated him. So they purposely cut the movie down to like 89, 90 minutes and just killed the fucking thing. But when the director's cut came out, it got a lot better press because they're like, this is how it was supposed to be released. Why didn't you do it? Well, we hated Peckinpah. We wanted to cut him out. Yes, Christian Slater playing Arkansas Dave Rudabaugh and Alan Ruck from Ferris Bueller's Day Off played Buckshot George. And also, let's not forget the one and only, God, what the fuck was his name? He played John Chisholm in there.
Dave, help me out here.
How many games we could have saved and how much time we could have saved. I would have so fucking moron.
I cannot believe I'm blank on the. James Coburn played John Chisholm in Young Guns 2. Yeah, William Peterson from CIA Las Vegas played Pat Garrett. Yes, that's true. So we've gotten all off into we've gone west. We're talking about the Oakland A's. We've gone west, young man. We've gone west.
We have voyaged westward.
Well, now they're voyaging eastward, but they're still westward. So they're kind of going in 2 directions at the same time, which is very normal of the Oakland A's. By the way, Otani has already made quick work of the first side of the Orioles. It is already 2 outs in the bottom of the first with no one getting on base.
Not very helpful. I mean, it's good for.
You've got both pitchers in this game. You can't lose here unless one of them just.
No, Cap. Oh, I can. Oh, Cap. I, in fact, can. And here's why.
Oh, Maddie's Monday parlay. Nats over Mets, Orioles over Angels, Blue Jays over Yanks, Mariners over Reds. You took the Mariners over your Sox.
Well,
Okay.
if you look at who's on the mound for the Red Sox, you'll understand.
Who is on the mound for the Red Sox?
And
Good
out.
sweet God. Yes, I would take that bet.
I would take that any day of the fucking week, Cap.
Who does the Cards have on the mound for the Brewers?
You guys have Flaherty or Flatterly?
Flaherty. Jack Flaherty.
Flaherty.
Who currently has a record of 2-4 with a 6.18 ERA.
No.
It's not a bad ERA. I just need him to keep it below that for tonight's game.
6.18 is a goddamn awful ERA. Anything above 3.5 and you're
2.8. Well, I thought you said 2.98.
6.18.
Oh, okay. Fuck.
Yes. And
Come
his
on,
counterpart, who is pitching for the Mariners, is George Kirby with a 4-2 record and a 2.62 ERA. So you may have taken the wrong side in that one. And the Mariners have a very underrated bullpen.
Well, I think the Cardinals bats might help me out here because if they do what they did last night.
What in God's name you're tearing aluminum foil? You're
yeah, Chef Matty.
Chef Matty Ass, Godfather of Guadalajara, Quizmaster. You have got more gimmicks than John Morrison.
We need to
I'm-
make the
I'm aiming
Godfather
for
of
it.
Guadalajara shirt.
Oh, let's not forget the Tijuana Tickler,
That's
the
what
Pimp of Puerto Rico.
That's what matters.
I mean, Maddie's got
10 minutes in and we've derailed the broadcast. Raw will be looking to hire me next
The original?
week.
We got quick. We talked about the Cardinals and the Sox for a solid 3 minutes. Then that was me being excited. Cap was like, "Of course you want to talk about them." We talked about another
Oakland
thing about
A's.
base. Yep, and then derailed from there.
So,
And that will do it for the A's. Oh, no. Start of the second. Oh, hello, Maggie.
Oh, are we gonna get a nut squish today, Miss Maggums? You had like 4 last night. Poor Cap couldn't talk for a little bit.
Please don't encourage her.
Oh, she's such a good
Cap.
girl.
Maggie is such a good girl. Look at the camera, Maggie. Oh, look at the sweet baby. The mascot of the RAWBall Podcast.
100%. She always got to get in the cam, get a right angle.
So, I mean, right now, the sun's at an hour. I mean, this is Arkansas weather. An hour ago, it was storming like crazy, so she was just petrified. But now the
Is
sun's
she
out.
scared
and
of lightning and thunder?
she's scared of her own shit. She is a 90-pound chicken shit.
Do you startle her easily?
She's not really afraid of me unless, like if I'm watching like a sporting event or something and I get, animated, then she'll kind of cower a little bit. But as far as everything else, she is just scared to death. She's scared to death of everything.
She's such a cute girl, though.
She's such a pretty girl.
I can't wait till I meet Miss Maggums.
She is sweet baby. So, what else is going on in the news? Actually, I'll throw this one out second, since Dave just chimed in and he screwed up the whole broadcast 10 minutes in. The Edmonton Oilers defeated the Golden Knights last night. So we have a Canadian team in NHL Finals.
That game was insane.
This is the first time. So we've got a Canadian. This is the first potential time that a Canadian team could win the NHL Finals since 1993.
Jesus.
A Canadian team has not won Lord Stanley since Edmonton. Edmonton's in. What are you talking about? I just checked the schedule.
It looks like
No, LVK beat them last night, 5-2. They didn't get any more goals within the first 2 minutes of the game. After that, Oilers weren't able to keep scoring, and LVK or LGK.
Yeah, it's the Golden Knights.
Then why in the world was it saying something other than, okay, I had incorrect sources. So a Canadian team is not going to have a chance to win Lord Stanley because it's going to be Vegas and whoever wins tonight between Seattle and Dallas.
Of 2 expansion teams to do the Stanley Cup for the first time ever.
I thought the Maple Leafs won within the last 10.
Maple Leafs haven't won since 1967.
Oh, the Maple Leafs suck.
Well, they got into the second round of the playoffs and then got swept. Dave, I'm not sure how in the hell I could have swore I saw that Edmonton won last night. False info on my part, but yeah. So it's going to be.
It's looking like it might be Seattle versus Vegas, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was inaccurate on that reporting for whatever reason. I thought when I checked the scores this morning, I saw that Edmonton had pulled ahead. But yes, it will be.
Here's the thing with that: we're not reporting because we're not putting it out as
allegedly.
Yes, we are the alleged podcast.
Speaking of, have we talked about that yet? That BF laid off
we have.
lawsuit on McAfee?
We have.
You know another one on him?
No, he laid it off.
He laid off. Like,
he
took it back pretty much.
So it wasn't dismissed by the court. The suit was rescinded.
Yeah.
Well, the thing was, I was telling Maddie about a week ago because you realize under the rules, of law, if McAfee was serious about representing himself, then that means he would be acting as his own attorney and would have the chance to cross-examine Mr. BF.
Yeah.
Which
I would need a hold of that footage. I would need to see McAfee questioning Brett Favre.
if that it's not going to now, but I would have actually sent him F. Lee Bailey's Guide to Cross-Examination, one of the greatest defense attorneys of all time. I would have mailed that to Pat, and I said, read this. Please use some of these techniques to, if you want to know what a great trial lawyer F. Lee Bailey was. He graduated from Boston University with the highest grade point average in the history of the school. He got Dr. Sam Shepard off for murdering his wife. And he also was one of O.J. Simpson's counsels who had Mark Furman on the stand and got him to perjure himself. That is how good of a defense attorney F. Lee Bailey is.
Damn.
He had Furman on the stand for 9 days and eventually got him to perjure himself. Well, that is a defense attorney.
That is a damn good. Did that dude ever get into Congress? How long could he filibuster?
No, he actually got disbarred a few years ago for tax evasion.
Of course, one of the best defense attorneys doesn't pay his taxes. He doesn't need to.
Doesn't need to. He disputed it.
Allegedly.
He would look at the IRS. He was like, "Are you sure you're not paying my taxes?" Objection. It'd be like, what is that video game, Matt? Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney. Yeah, you should have got.
Actually, you know what? I think what we need, because apparently, from what you told me, and this is alleged from what Maddie told me, a certain Jimmy Bebe is refusing to face the captain again. So perhaps we should take this thing to trial and allow someone like, Dave to be the judge, and Jimmy Bebe and I can go to podcast court, and we can.
Captain's court's going to be in session,
and we can finally settle who won Buddy Wars 2022. If Jimmy has the guts to face me in the courtroom, and I will hire the best possible podcast lawyer that money can buy. I will have myself defended properly. What?
Were you around on Twitter for the Faye trial that took over Twitter for like an entire month and a half?
I don't remember I remember the Johnny Depp civil trial here recently.
Yeah, that's the only one I remember too.
It was a stupid Twitter trial that wrestlers did, like independent wrestlers, and it was one of the funniest things Twitter had. Like, it trended #1 nationwide on Twitter.
Jesus.
And it was a bunch of wrestlers. Like, it was hilarious. So we need to get Sugar Dunkerton as your lawyer, Cap.
I would never enter a courtroom where Eric Bischoff was the judge. My comment struck a nerve. Is Jimmy Bebe watching this? Is he actually?
There's no way Jimmy's watching.
I'm gonna say, Jimmy Bebe, if you're watching, we both know what went down last November. We both know who won Buddy Wars. I will be happy to meet you in a court of podcast anytime, any day, any week to settle this. The world knows, the listeners know, the viewers know, everybody knows, baby.
Or we could
get
three
the Booker
judges.
of the Year.
Or we could get 3 judges and have you guys book 2 matches like I had hoped.
Well, Jimmy's too afraid. He's too afraid to face me again because he knows how damn good a booker I am.
Yeah, and he's not having a small child talk for him. Yeah, just not even talk for him. They didn't even allow the kid to even say words. It was Jimmy's voice. Well, the kid was wearing a mask.
Just put a 10-year-old child in a mask in a random trivia contest to settle what has been an ongoing 3-month, contest where clearly we know the fix was in because Alex was going to make sure Jimmy won regardless. He could not handle the idea of the Cap being the face of that organization. I'm sorry, Jimmy. If you're watching, you heard that. I regret none of it. Bring it.
I regret
Anywho,
none of it. Bring it.
Back to baseball.
back to baseball. It is still Anaheim scored nothing. Anaheim.
Come on,
Sorry, Cap, you
Baltimore.
broke out. What?
I need Rutschman to hit a 3-run shot.
I've got Rutschman, you
3-run
dick.
cock shot.
I've got Rutschman on my team, you dick.
Hit a straight cock
I just
shot.
need Rutschman to hit a 3-run cock shot. That way the Orioles are up by 3.
See, look, the Sox are they have first pitch in about 5 minutes. It's 1-0 in Baltimore.
I've like barely seen anyone this one time. So
And then Brewers Cardinals look like they start in about an hour. Well, a little less than an hour.
Oh. The comment regarding the shut the fuck up was the one that struck the nerve.
I'm not even sure. Did I direct that to Jimmy? Who did I direct that to?
To the world.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't remember you saying shut the fuck up.
I don't either.
Nor do I.
Oh, well. Back to the baseball news. Cap, how are the standings looking? I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but...
Oh, yeah, Rocky has a fractured skull.
Yeah.
Yeah!
And Bryce Harper tried to fight all of the Rockies
That
and
same
probably
day.
would have won.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm going through.
You got the Kraken winning today, huh, Davey?
I got the Kraken going too.
Let's see if there's.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that fucking dude. That can fuck. What?
Micah, what the fuck?
No,
So-
Mike is playing the game on his phone, so I told him to turn it down. His
It's fine.
volume.
But, yeah, no. Rockies are little rocky. No.
So here is the story with Harper attempting to take on the entire Rockies dugout.
There's a story on it?
I just put it in the chat there.
Oh, I know. I see it. I was just absolutely confused as to, did he explain his reasoning? Does he hate the Rockies?
Harper is a testy individual. And here is the other story about Mr. Feltner, who suffered a fractured skull.
Which is fucking sad as shit to hear.
I know I've had several concussions. How many concussions have you guys had?
I lost count,
Kevin's
so
got
that's
one from
probably
the
unhealthy.
slide.
I
What was
had
that?
one within the last couple months. I think a month and a half ago was my last concussion.
I can count.
One from the slide.
I know of for sure 4 that I've had.
I think I can remember at least 6 or 7.
Maddie, how about you? How many times have you been concussed?
I've
I think like once.
off of a botched code breaker.
You got concussed over a botched code breaker.
Yeah, that
Backyard
one was
wrestling,
fucking
be real,
delightful.
bro.
That one hurt.
Well, that's because you two idiots don't understand that wrestling is supposed to be a work, not a shoot. And you two just
that
decided
wasn't
to.
Evan that did the code breaker.
It was our
It-
friend in Dallas.
Well, again, that aside, you two had this idea that wrestling's supposed to be a shoot and not a work. You're supposed to take care of the guy that you're, in the ring with, not try to hurt him. And I
Matt,
think
didn't I give you a mile? Sorry, Cap, continue.
No, I was just saying, for two guys who know as much about pro wrestling as you do, you forget the fact that, hey, we're not here to hurt each other. We're here to work and make this
Oh, that's
entertaining.
I thought I gave you a mild concussion when I hit you in the head with the brick.
Probably.
I took an Arn Anderson type DDT on a railroad spike. That was
Ooh.
one.
Given a concussion.
I got one when I fell down my stairs. I got one on a trampoline, and then I got another when my head was bashed into a car door.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
So I've had my noggin rattled a few times, and
My
For
last one
some
was just
reason,
me
that
falling out of a
first
chair.
story that you sent, Cap, isn't pulling up.
no, okay.
But I was gonna say we'll get that Feltner one up, so that way we can see the shot. It is not pretty.
Yeah, here's the. I'll send it again. Here's the Harper charging the dugout. Or attempting to charge the entire dugout.
Yeah, I saw it on YouTube earlier today. It's absolutely hilarious because he just
We
tries
put it on
to
the
rush the.
we put it on the stream yesterday.
Yeah, I think
Otani just gave up a 2-run bomb, Maddie. It's 2-1 Baltimore.
at this point I'm hoping for the Orioles to win. I know it sounds bad, but I know I spent $100 in the fantasy draft in order to.
Yeah, you spent like $108 for Otani, and I was like $115 for Judge.
No, I think it was 100 flat.
So it's end of the second inning. Orioles are up 2-1 after Otani gave up a 2-run bomb.
All right, here
So-
it is, boys.
Real quick. Oh, fuck!
Did it?
Yeah,
stay
rewind that shit. Oh, fractured fucking skull.
Hey, that was a wonderful call from Ryan McMahon because immediately he caught it and waved timeout.
Stop.
Yeah, the guy just took one to the noodle.
In the second inning, that was, oh my god! So that was the fourth or the what rotational hitter was that? Oh, they had already ran it up 4-0 in that inning. So this
And there was already
the
2
time
outs.
around the. Oh my god! Yeah, that was not pretty.
Okay, so we're getting some breaking news
Who? In
on
which world?
ESPN. Well, in the NFL and Cardinals being accused of defamation and invasion of privacy. Ex-Cardinals VP accuses owner Michael Bidwell of cheating.
Cheating on his wife? Cheating as in the game?
Cheating in the game.
Okay. How do you cheat in baseball?
That's football. The Arizona
Oh,
Cardinals.
You said baseball.
How do you cheat in baseball? I've got books on my bookcase of how to cheat in baseball. Trust me, it can be done. Michael Bidwell is accused of gross misconduct, including cheating, discrimination, and harassment in an arbitration claim filed Tuesday by former Cardinals executive Terry McDonough to NFL Commissioner Ginger Hammer. McDonough maintained that both he and former Cardinals head coach Steve Wilkes were left with no choice but to follow Bidwell's plan to use burner phones to communicate with former Arizona manager Steve Kelm, while Kelm was serving a 5-week suspension after pleading guilty to extreme DUI.
Extreme DUI.
Hey, it might be the best drive the Cardinals had in a long time.
Also, some other NFL news for those of you because we had Nickelodeon now the last couple of years getting a playoff game. Now the Cock has secured exclusive rights to an NFL playoff
game. Correct.
Okay.
So we've got the Nick and the Cock both having rights to playoff games at this point.
Which one?
Is it just me, or does it seem like the added team and the wild card round is just a cash? It's like an extension of the regular season.
So to be fair, and something that I want to point out, the other year the NFL Super Bowl was exclusively on Peacock.
Well, no, it rotates between NBC, CBS, and Fox every 3 years. It's not exclusive to Peacock.
Oh, so it was on NBC. You just streamed on Peacock.
Correct. It rotates every 3 years between the three networks who have NFL rights: CBS, Fox, and NBC. But if you are a Peacock subscriber, you got to watch it. Whereas if you're a Paramount Plus person, you get to watch on CBS. But yes, Peacock is getting an exclusive playoff game similar to Nickelodeon.
And here it is. I'm pretty sure that we've got the date for it too.
What playoff games they want?
The Sunday night wild card games will be exclusive on Peacock.
Okay.
The Saturday night, my bad, misread.
Mm.
The Saturday night wild card.
So that's crazy. YouTube TV is gonna have NFL Sunday Ticket this year,
And Red Zone.
Ooh.
Xfinity lost the rights to the NFL and gained them back within 4 days this year, so that was crazy.
That was quick.
The NFL streaming in the past couple of years has just been insane.
Amazon Prime getting Thursday Night Football.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing. Here's why I hate this. It's because it dilutes. Like, Thursday Night Football should not exist because they always put the lamest fucking game on there. But because they can get money from a streaming service, they do it.
They're giving. Who liked the aesthetics? I did like it whenever they were the Color Rush games. But other than that,
they give Nickelodeon, they give Peacock. Because we got extra wild card teams now. The playoffs are getting to the point where they don't mean shit until you get down to the divisional round. The wild card round doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Like,
look at the NBA too with the play-in games, like the play-in playoffs.
Yeah, well, the same as with March Madness, you have the play-in game. It's horse shit. It's just a cash grab.
Yeah, it is a way to make more money in a company that makes
much,
way too much money.
Well, I think it boils down to the Peter principle and the fact that teams who have smaller dicks who didn't really do that well. Oh, let's have an extra wild card game so we can get in and make some playoff revenue. Here are the only teams that should get into the playoffs. The 8 teams that win the fucking divisions. Yeah, that's who gets in the playoffs. 8 teams, that's it. Win your division, you're in the playoffs. If you don't win your division, get the fuck out. I hate to be such an asshole about that, but win your division, you're in the playoffs. Don't win your division, go the fuck home and watch on TV. I don't give two flying fucks what your record was, your strength of schedule. Win your goddamn division.
That is the fucking argument, Cap. That's the argument. Strength of schedule every fucking time. It's why the Dolphins fans talk so much shit.
College, I give it a little bit more weight because in college, the level of competition can vary. This is the NFL. These are professional fucking athletes. Win your fucking division or shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
There's a reason teams like Bama don't go around and play some team like, I don't know, Wyoming State. There's a reason, like, your upper teams are the ones that belong in the playoffs. We should not have all these playoffs for these other teams.
Well, they're expanding the playoffs.
I know they are, which is crazy.
I've always said, here's what you do. Right now they've got what they call the Power Five, the 5 big conferences. I say here's what you do for college football. The 5 conference winners and then the other 3 teams with the best overall record. And then
that's the thing. There's so many teams, like Devin said, that you've got
because they have the
this team
Power 5. They have the Big 12. Was it the MAC?
That's your power conferences. Your ACC, SEC, Big 10. Whatever your Big 5 conferences are. You establish that those guys instantly in, and then you've got 3 teams based on win-loss record. and then you get your top two teams get first round buys, and then an 8-team playoff more or less.
How it should be.
Well, because 4 is too few, and I've always said 4 is too few, but
and they already have so many other bowl games for the other teams.
Bowl games are bullshit.
Well, no,
I have literally. Trust me, I'm older than you guys. I have literally, in the last 25 years, watched bowl games go from being something you aspired to get to versus something that you got to if you were able to show up with a body temperature somewhere in the mid-90s.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying is like, if we do the way you're talking, you get the ones that deserve to be for the Natty. You get the ones that deserve the Natty. And then all the other ones can fuck off to the bowl games like they should.
No, you get rid of the bowl games. That's what I say.
I love the bowl games.
But here's the thing: the
No.
bowl
No. Here's what you do. You have your playoffs. Those are your bowl games. The other bowls can the Chick-fil-A, Midas,
the
Detroit
Torpedoes
Auto Bowl, the Hawaii Bowl, the McDonald's, Shoot-Stoffen Bowl, whatever. Fuck off. None of those teams deserve to even be witnessed or watched. Nobody gives a flying fuck. There are over 100 and Division 1A college football. There should be 8 to the postseason. You know why? Because they are the 8 best teams. I'm sorry. Even Maggie agrees with me.
I was about to say, I guess Daddy's talking too much with his hands because she was like, stop. But
no, the bowl games shouldn't exist if we're going to have playoffs, because it used to be you had the bowl games and then you would play I'm going way back, and Dave can back me up, like 60s, 70s. You had the bowl games, and then after the bowl games were over, you had another final AP, UPI, coaches poll, whatever, and that was who was named national champion. Then we had the BCS that came in and said, okay, we're going to have a national championship game plus these other bowls. Now we've got playoffs, and it just keeps watering and watering and watering it down.
I remember the BCS. That's whenever I was growing up, and that's what I was accustomed to. Same thing with Devin. But we really did fall off of college sports, 2010, 2011?
Yeah. Well, the thing that's so great and so cool about the BCS was the fact that, yes, it pretty much did decide the proper national champion every year, but at the same time, it didn't let us appropriately get to the national championship game, because there were several years where teams got in who either lost their conference title or just had a great record but didn't face anybody. So the BCS was kind of a double-edged sword. The playoffs, when I first heard, okay, great, but we're going to let 4 teams in. Fuck you motherfuckers.
Now,
take the 8 best teams and put them in.
All right, Cap, before we move on any further, is there any other MLB news that we should cover, standings-wise, our league?
We pretty well covered everything yesterday as far as MLB news that I'm aware of.
It had only been less than 24 hours since we last talked baseball, so should we hop into the meat of the conversation since we didn't really talk about it yesterday?
Yeah, we might as well. I mean,
all right.
Like, I don't know where I was.
Let's see. Cap, pick a number 1 through 3. Devin, you pick a number 1 through 2.
47.
You're a dick, Devin.
1 through 2, I get 2 options. I'll go with 1.
Okay, I'll take 2.
All right. So, the first team that we will look at schedule-wise is the Oakland Raiders. I wish I could found a better picture.
Okay.
But
that's all right. I can still see who we're going to lose to.
Okay, I can see the image. I talked to our mom about your guys' schedule when I was with her, Matt.
We'll talk about yours here in a minute, because we're going to start with Caps. As me and him, we start and end the exact same way with each other.
Okay,
that's really good. I love that for y'all.
Well, preseason doesn't mean shit, so just throw out the preseason. If I had my way, I would never even play preseason games. I think they do nothing but serve to get
People hurt.
good players hurt, and
It's to see. I think it's to get those second strings a chance to see what they got.
well then make it strictly where no first stringers play in those games.
That's where I agree with you 100%. It should be like your spring league or your summer league for the fucking NFL season.
Okay.
But
So if I'm looking at the schedule, is this Maddie? Clarify me here. So is this like left to right, like 1, 2, 3, 4, or
so
top to bottom?
It's going left to right, and then you go down. So you start with Denver, move over to the Chargers, and then you work your way that way. So it's your week 1. It's you.
That's great. That's Green Bay is too.
No,
Green Bay is.
No. Forget the preseason. I'm looking at the regular season.
Yeah, week 2 is the Bills. So it goes
week
Broncos,
2, you get
Bills.
Buffalo.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So if I'm looking at this, week 1, Denver, is that? This is a little fuzzy. Is that home or away?
Right,
We host.
So I believe week 1, and we can hop over into the Denver one. Week 1, we have you in Denver. So
Okay, just kind of keep me abreast here of the home and away. I'm writing this down so that I can. So week 1, we host Denver or we're at Denver.
no, you are in Denver week 1.
Okay, I'm calling that one a loss.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I have you guys going up on Denver in your guys' week 1.
Okay, so week 2,
Kevin.
we host Buffalo or we're at Buffalo.
I think you're at Buffalo. I think the color.
I tell you, instead of me asking, Maddie, you just call out the game, whether it's home or away, and the opponent, and I'll do my thing here.
Yep. So week
2,
you guys are playing at Buffalo.
At Buffalo, that's a loss. Week 3,
you host, or week 3 you host Pittsburgh.
that's a loss.
0-3.
You think you guys are going to lose to Pittsburgh
Yeah.
on my mom's birthday? Or no, that's on Alora's birthday.
Wow.
Yeah. You get to
Yeah.
watch football on your birthday.
Okay, week 4.
That is the Chargers, and you are in LA.
Matt,
So
I
we're
have a
at-
question.
Might have an answer.
With how it shows, is it the color coordination that if it's all black, the Oakland's home, and if it's colored, the other teams, that's their home?
Actually, I think Devin found it out. Yeah, Devin did.
That's what I realized.
Except for so all the ones that are black in logo are home games.
And the Bears may look black, but I think that's their blue, so I think Bears is home.
Well,
Yeah,
still, in any event, just because I'm old, my eyes aren't what they used to be. Matt, you call out the game, whether it's home and away, and I'm writing this down.
Oh, I wasn't going to take him away. I just wanted to know if my thought was correct.
Devin was correct.
Angels just went up 3-2.
Son of a bitch. All right, so we just got the Chargers in LA on October 9th. It is the Monday night game against the Packers. You have them at home.
I'm so sorry.
The Packers
Yeah, you have them in Allegiant.
loss.
And then the next week you host the Patriots in Allegiant as well.
Revenge game.
Right now, that's going to be a revenge game for Darren.
For Garoppolo, but Belichick always beats his former players, so that's a loss.
Oh, no. This is the game that Jacoby Myers is going to put up 200 receiving yards, I think.
Bill always beats his old team.
All right. Next week, you have Chicago in Chicago.
Loss.
I do think you guys are going to get dog walked.
I think Chicago's going to be good this year.
Chicago's going to be very good this year.
Chicago's going to be scary. And staying in that same division, you've got Detroit the next week at Ford Field.
Loss.
How many wins do you have, Kev?
None yet.
All right.
Wow.
And then back-to-back weeks, you have the Giants and the Jets in Allegiant Stadium.
Okay. Giants, I'm going to give us a win there.
And then Aaron Rodgers and the Jets.
And then a loss versus the Jets.
And then immediately after that, you go into Miami.
I'm giving us a loss there because we do not play well on the road in warm climate.
So for the game that you'll probably be out here for, I'm sorry, Cap, you've got the Chiefs.
Loss.
And you've got them at home, so you might have to watch your Raiders lose at home.
We're losing that game.
Hey, December 3rd, you got a bye week.
Thank God. We get to fire everyone.
December 10th, you have the Vikings in Vegas.
I'm going to give us a win there.
You think Kirk Cousins is going to do what he usually does?
I'm giving us a win there. Cousins on the road. Also it's going to depend on what time the game is because Cousins plays well in the noon window. He doesn't play well if it's anything after. But I'm guessing as bad as we are, that's going to be a noon game. So I'm giving us the win over the Vikings there.
That's going to be the 4 p.m. game, and with no more flex.
No, they can still flex.
I thought I heard that they can't flex anymore. I thought they were not flexing anymore. But we'll look that up after this.
They can still flex.
But yes,
so I'm giving us a win versus the Vikings.
And then you guys have the Chargers 4 days later. So you guys have a short game or short week there.
Loss.
And then you get a great Christmas present, Cap.
Oh, yes. Loss at Kansas
City in Arrowhead. You're not winning that game.
No.
New Year's Eve, you get the Colts and Anthony Richardson.
I'm going to give us the win there strictly because of all these games I gave us a loss in. I think it'll flip one way or the other. So I'm going to give us the win at Colts.
And then to close the season, you play me, and we're coming home, and we're coming to Vegas. How many wins did you write down, Cap?
Like 2.
I'm going to say we get the Broncos at home. They took us week 1.
If we take you week 1, you're
Denver's probably going to be fighting for that 2 seed in the AFC if they're any good. So I'm going to be cautious and give us a loss versus Denver. So I have us 1, 2, 3 wins. So 3-14.
Wow.
Since you're doing that, Cap, I'll keep track of mine as well whenever we go through them. But
I'm gonna do the same.
Do you have
now again? That's me strictly looking at what we have versus these other teams. So I'm saying, but I'm also pessimistic. And it's the NFL, so some of these games could flip. Some will be closer than others, but if I were strictly being a betting man and picking these on face value, I have us 3-14.
All right, we're going.
Give me 1 second, Matt, while I find a thing to write with. I found something to write with.
I'm going to call a quick timeout. I'm going to relieve some ballast. Then we're going to get to the Denver schedule. All right.
Oh no, we're going to hop over to Baltimore next.
Oh, we're doing Baltimore next. Okay. All right.
Since we use the bathroom and me and Matt will talk about it.
So yeah, let's gonna take a porcelain prince, and I'll be right back. A number 1 porcelain prince.
But yes, it is.
Damn, Matt. Cap has no hope.
I am what they call hopelessly hopeful.
At least I know my team's gonna win more than 3 games.
I'm going to probably have the Broncos at a lot higher than they ever will attain, so that's going to be funny.
I think Cap's team's going to do way better than what he's projecting them to be.
Oh, I'm a Broncos fan. I hope the Raiders do 3-15 this year. I hope that they're at the absolute bottom of the NFL. But I don't have much hope for the Broncos. I don't have much hope for your Ravens.
I have a little bit more hope than Cap does.
Well, Lamar just got his bag, so
we got Odell and Zay.
We'll let you talk about your Ravens as soon as Cap gets back, because you get to flaunt and boast about your schedule. Because I think you've got a pretty easy
schedule this season.
And we were talking about it earlier, strength of schedule. Well, it's looking like
it's playing in our favor this
Ravens'
season.
schedule is very weak.
But who knows? We could have Lamar injured. We could have all of our running backs injured again. No wide receivers.
If Lamar isn't hurt, then you don't have to worry about running.
I hate you. I hate you and everyone else that's in bed.
Hey, at least we can see that Lamar can somewhat throw the ball. So that gives me a little bit more hope.
Okay, so let me change pages here. So I've got Oakland at 3-14. Let's go to the Ravens. So week 1.
So the ones I believe that are in gold are home games, but let me just check to make sure. Baltimore.
And I'm actually going to save it. I'm going to save these predictions. I'm going to lock them away in the captain's trunk, and we will see how accurate I was at the end of the year. So here is Oakland's schedule. I'm saying 3-14.
All right, and now we do have it. So I was incorrect. There it is. Yeah, so the gold games are your away games, Devin. All of the ones in white are home games.
Oh, so week 1 Texans.
Week 1 you host Houston with the.
I see that as I'm seeing that as a W, as a win.
Week 2.
That's a loss.
Up for the Super Bowl.
Hold on. So week 2 is at or hosting Cincinnati.
They're in Cincinnati.
At Bengals.
Yeah, they are in Cincinnati.
That's a loss.
That is a loss, I think. So yeah, just a reminder: the teams that are in white are the home games.
Well, no. Call them out, Maddie. Like call out home versus or away at whatever.
I see the color. I can.
Week 3. You guys are going to be hosting the Indianapolis Colts and Anthony Richardson.
I see that as a win.
That's a win.
I don't know. I'm very interested to see how Anthony Richardson does, especially early season. I'm very interested in that. However, what I'm not interested in is you guys going to Cleveland and facing Deshaun Watson and the Browns.
That's a win. That's a win.
Routinely, when Baltimore goes into Cleveland, Baltimore comes out losing. I'm going Cleveland for this game.
Okay.
Week 5.
And then you are going to go on a road trip, Devin, because for the next 2 games, you're on the road. Week 5, you are in Pittsburgh. I think
that's a loss.
I'm going to win with that one. I think we're beating Pittsburgh our first week against them, but we're going to probably end losing to them.
We'll see how Kenny Pickett does. I'm very interested to see how his sophomore season goes. On to the next. You guys are going into Music City in Tennessee.
Win.
Who's their Q right now?
They have no fucking idea. By this point, it could be Malik Willis or it could be Tannehill. They've got either or.
I'm going to go with a win against Tennessee.
And week 7?
Week 7, I'm going to put this up as a big loss as you guys are going to be hosting the Detroit Lions.
I think that's going to be a win.
God, that's a tough one.
I think it's going to be a loss.
I'm going to put a question mark for that one. Right, that one is too close for Cap to call.
Week 8, you guys are traveling to the desert as you were playing the.
We're going to lose.
No, that's a win. You're beating the fucking Cardinals.
I think we're losing to the Cardinals.
It could be very interesting. Middle of September, it could be very fucking hot.
I'm going Cardinals. I'm going with the
Cardinals
loss
are
on
in a
that one.
dome. Dude, Cardinals are in a dome. Temperature doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm not
but the
talking about
training, on the other
temperature.
hand, could be going into the game.
Okay, so week 9.
Week 9, you're hosting Seattle. Devin, please, for the love of God, beat the dog shit out of these Seahawks.
That's a win.
saying that's going to win.
Week 10, you guys are going to be hosts to the Cleveland Browns.
I think they're going to
Win.
beat us in our
That's a
game
win.
2.
I think the opposite. I think that you guys are going to win game 2. You guys are going to lose you guys are going to win week 10, lose week 4. However, I think next week after that, week 11, Cincinnati Bengals, you're hosting them. You're going to get swept this year by Cincinnati.
I think I'm going we're beating Bengals at least once this season.
A team that I think you can beat, and a team that I'm very surprised of all the teams in our division, Cap, that's going to play them. You guys got the Chargers week 12 in LA.
When?
I'm going loss. I'm going loss.
Yeah, you got the Chargers on the day before Thanksgiving weekend. That is weird. You guys then have a bye week 13. You can pray to the gods then. Because that next week, week 14, you guys are hosting the LA Rams. They're probably not going to do a damn thing.
Yeah, we're going with the win. I'm going with the win at that at home.
Yeah, you're beating the Rams.
Now, here's a game I don't think you're going to win, Devin, and I think this team's got a very good chance at making a very long playoff run. You've got the Spotted Kitties. It is the Jaguars.
I'm going to actually agree with you on that one. I think that's going to be a loss.
I think Jacksonville's going to beat you guys, and I think Jacksonville's going to run really deep into the playoffs this year. I really hope they get the
Ravens win that one. Ravens win that one.
Oh, Caps on the other side of that one. Next week, I believe that is week 16. You guys are traveling to San Francisco.
I have that as a win.
Loss.
Who's their quarterback, Cap?
Doesn't matter. Their defense is going to pulverize Lamar.
We'll see.
I'm going with the win on that one.
I'm torn on that one, but I have very strong feeling the Ravens are going to pull out with that one. Week 17, you guys are hosting the Miami Dolphins, and I don't know. It depends on if Tua's in the game. If Tua's in the game, I'm going
with the win.
The last time Tua and Lamar played, we had an NFL record for most touchdowns scored by each team.
I'm going Dolphins there.
I think if Tua is healthy, doesn't get concussed, Tua has a better accurate arm than Lamar does. The Dolphins are taking it if Tua's healthy.
And then week 18,
we are closing it by hosting the Yinzers.
I see us losing Pitt. Like I said, I see we beating Pitt our first game with them, but losing our second.
I have that one as a loss too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got to make a call on this Lions game because I put down a question mark.
I'm 12-5. I see us going 12.
You're hosting the Lions. The Lions are. I'm going to give that one to Baltimore. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and 7.
I see 12-5. But 10-7 does seem like an accurate what we might do. This is just what I hope, what I think. I think we're going 12-5.
So I've got 10 and 7 for the Ravens. Tonight's top 10 list. from our home office in Sioux City, Iowa.
Hell yeah.
Now
And Kat,
to
you are what, 3? What do you have? You're going 3 and.
I've got Oakland at 3-14, Baltimore at 10-7.
I'm finishing up mine because I didn't get mine down for Devin.
I didn't get mine down for Cap, so I'll have to do that on my own so I can figure what I'm going to do for that.
I seriously hope you beat the Chargers. If you guys don't, I'm going to be so mad.
You also want us to beat the dog piss out of Seattle.
All right. So for your team D, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have you guys going 9 and 8.
Okay.
Sorry about it.
Who do you see us losing to?
I see you guys losing to the Bengals in week 2, the Browns in week 4. You guys go on a 2-game winning streak. Then you lose to the Lions. You beat the Cardinals. You beat the Seahawks. You beat the Browns. You lose to the Bengals. You lose to the Chargers. You lose to the Rams. Or no, you beat the Chargers. You lose to the Rams. You lose to the Jaguars. You beat San Francisco. And then you lose your last 2 games. So
you and me are only on the same page with me losing to Cincinnati, and I'm losing to Jacksonville.
Well, I'm worried about jumping into mine because we talked about strength of schedule.
And yours is very hard.
Oh, Cap, we can't hear you. I cannot hear you. I see your mouth moving.
I can't even see Caps. I can't even see any of y'all.
Well, that's because you're out of the thing.
Well, even if I put my cam, even if I'm on the cam, I don't see y'all.
Because you're on your phone.
Oh.
Here. Cap, let me take you out and let me pull you back in. Go now. I cannot hear you. Jump out of stream and jump back in. Now, Devin.
Yeah.
Overall, what do you think? Since you've got a brand new team, how do you feel about the Ravens? Because you guys did a lot this offseason.
So I'm putting us as 12-5 with the hope.
Hear you, Cap.
I'm putting us with 12-5 with the hope that we don't lose all of our good players like we have the past couple years. Someone's going to get injured, and I know damn well we're not going to go 12-5, but in a perfect world where nothing happens in my team, 12-5, right. Baltimore, but...
Well, Cap just... No, Cap, I still cannot hear you. I can hear Devin. I think he's going to set up his mic. But Devin, while we got this up, let's get down our bets for Cap's team.
Okay. We are versus then. That's a W.
I think the Lions are going to be a good fucking team this year, so I don't know. That's just me. No. Why am I doing this?
What are you thinking they're going to go with Pitt? Because I think they might beat Pittsburgh.
I got them winning against Pittsburgh. So whenever Cap jumps back in, we'll be able to tell him that.
How about now?
There we go.
We can hear you, Cap. How are you, brother? We are currently writing down our thoughts on what you're going to do this season.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you. Can you hear us? We can hear you. Can you hear us? I think he might still be connected through his headset.
Depends on who's leading the. I think it might be a loss to New England.
Shoot him a private message and see if that helps at all. All right.
Hello, hello, hello.
I can hear you, Kat, but can you hear us?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello?
All right. There's that. Hopefully he sees that. All right, he's out, and he's going to hopefully come back in. But while we're here, D, I'm going to go through what I think for the Raiders this year.
Have you finished yours already?
I did.
I'm just at Miami with my writing.
All right, so I've got them losing to Denver, losing to Buffalo, beating Pittsburgh, losing to San
Can you hear
Diego.
me?
Holy hell, we can hear you, Cap. Can you hear us?
All right, let's go backward here. Where are we at?
We are currently writing down our thoughts on your team schedule, because we didn't write it down beforehand.
Okay.
So, I have you guys.
I pulled out the big boy. I pulled out the Yeti.
Well, at least it's working. So, I have the Raiders losing to Denver, losing to Buffalo, beating Pittsburgh, losing to the Chargers, beating the Packers, beating the Patriots, losing to the Bears, losing to the Lions, beating the Giants, losing to the Jets, beating the Dolphins, losing to the Chiefs, losing to the Vikes, beating the Chargers, losing to the Chiefs, beating the Colts, losing to the Broncos.
Okay, so what is Maddie's final schedule for the Raiders?
I have you guys going 7-10.
You're more hopeful than I am. And Dev?
Okay, I'm finishing up mine right as we speak. Give me 1 minute.
You go ahead, Devin. I'm running to the restroom.
What? Did you swap in the JC? No. Oh, no, JC sent you.
Micah, I hear your bullshit.
Yellow's so dumb.
Okay, I just finished it up. I see you guys going 6-8. You guys are beating Denver, losing to Buffalo, beating Pittsburgh, losing to the Chargers, beating Green Bay, losing to New England, losing to Cincinnati, or not Cincinnati, losing to Chicago, losing to Detroit, beating the Giants, losing to
Way to go, Cody Rhodes.
losing to Miami, losing to KC, beating Indianapolis, beating Denver, 6-8. I see you sweeping Denver this season.
Well, you guys are twice as hopeful as I am.
And Devin, that would be 6-11 this season.
Did I? What?
No, 6-12 because it's 6-11. Yeah, because you play 17 games, 18 game season.
Did I miss a game?
No.
Oh, I did miss a game.
Yeah, you said 6-8.
Yeah, I see you guys going 7-8. I see you guys beating the Vikings.
7-9, but yes, or 7-10.
What other game did I miss? Denver, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Chargers, Green Bay, New England, Bears, Detroit, Giants, Jets.
So you should have a
Giants,
total of 7.
Jets, Miami, KC, bye week. I didn't write down. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, I didn't write down you guys playing LV versus KC. I see you guys losing to KC in your second game. Oh, I did write down KC. Okay, did I do it sooner? Miami, KC, Jets. Did you not do the Chargers? Okay, I didn't do a Chargers the second time. That's what it was. No, I see you guys beating the Chargers. Your guys' second go around.
So how many wins is that?
So that's Chargers LVO versus where's Minnesota? Let's see that as a W. 2, 3, 4.
Dev, you just count the W's and subtract from 17. It's
No.
easy math.
I see you guys going 7 and 10.
So same as Maddie. So
yeah, just we have different thoughts of who's winning on what.
Yeah, I mean, I see us as being the dog shit of the league. You see us as being cat shit.
I see you guys at least going third in your division.
All right, boys.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Devlin.
Maybe second if you guys just pop off. And what was you guys' on mine again? I said Baltimore's going 12 and 5.
I said
Cap
10
is
and
going 7 and 10.
No, 10 and 7.
I said 9 and
8.
9 and 8.
So I got you guys at 10 wins. Maddie has you at 9. You've got you guys at 12.
All right, boys. Now you guys can tear into the Denver Broncos schedule. Orange is home. Blue is away.
All right. 1, 2. Let me put my numbers out to the side here.
And since some of these logos are hard to understand, I've also had it pulled up on my end.
So win versus Raiders. Win versus Washington. What's week 3 there?
That's what
Dolphins.
I'm trying to pull up real quick.
It's Dolphins.
It is the Dolphins. Thank you, Devin.
I'm
I
playing
apologize to everybody at home. I thought this was a much better resolution for these, and it was not. I will do better next time. So week 3, we have the Washington Commanders.
That's week 2.
Oh, yeah, that is week 2. So, yeah, week 2 is the Commies.
So I got a win there.
Week 3 is the Dolphins.
Loss.
Yeah, if Tua is healthy, they're going to kick the ever-loving shit out of us, especially since we're playing in Miami.
I want to do this map again.
Week 4 at Bears.
Oh, I hate this.
Yep, week 4 in Soldier Field. I hope we can beat Justin Fields, so I'm putting a W there. Week 5, we've got the Jets in Denver. Rodgers routinely kicks the fucking shit out of us. So I'm going to go with the win for Denver. And then the next week, we're in Arrowhead.
Loss.
I hate the Chiefs. They're going to probably – no, we're going to split the series. We're going to split the series. The next week, we play the Packers in Denver. Jordan Love has never been in Denver as a starter. We're going to get the W there.
I'm giving Denver the dub there.
We got Kansas City the next week. It is Halloween week there.
Loss.
We're going to get the W there because we're going to split the series with Kansas City. We got a bye week November 5th, thank fucking God, because the next week we go into Buffalo. And we're
Loss.
Yeah, waste us.
And then we host Minnesota.
When
Kirk Cousins is going to destroy us. It's going to be November 19th. It's going to be snowing. It's the nighttime game. Minnesota's probably going to take the W there. Then we're hosting the Browns. We're going to kick the dog shit out of Mr. Molester
Mr. Molester
on Thanksgiving weekend.
Fuck.
Houston, we're in Houston. They're going to beat us.
Looks like we're going late.
December 10th, we are in SoFi against the Chargers. I believe for the first time that season. Yeah, I don't really know. I know we're going to split the series with them, but we're going to win in SoFi and probably lose at home. The next week, we got Detroit in Detroit. The Lions are going to have a damn good season. They're going to beat all of our teams. I'm sorry, guys. Christmas Eve, we've got the Patriots. The last time we had the Patriots in Denver, and it was towards Christmas, we had a miracle with CJ the Tank Anderson, or the mini tank, as I called him. We're going to do it again. We're going to beat the Patriots in Denver on Christmas Eve. New Year's Eve, we are hosting the Chargers. No magic should happen, but it will, because for some reason the Chargers are going to beat us in Denver.
So I've got Denver 7-10.
I got him 5-12.
We're finishing with the Raiders, and we're going to beat you guys again. We're not splitting the series. We're going to win both games. So what are your guys' totals?
I got Denver
5-12.
I've got Denver 7-10.
I got us 10-7.
I got you guys beating the Commies, Green Bay, Cleveland, Texans, and Minnesota. Other than that, you guys lose a lot.
Somehow I have us beating the Raiders twice. I can see that happening. We beat the Commies. I don't know how we're going to beat Rodgers, but we have to beat Rodgers.
I've got it as being a really weird year for Bronco looking at this schedule. So I've got you starting 2-0. You beat Vegas and you beat the Commies. Then you go on a 4-game losing streak.
Same.
You lose to the Dolphins, the Bears, the Jets, and the Chiefs. Then you beat Jordan Love and the Packers, lose again to the Chiefs, bye week.
I don't have us losing more than 2 games in a row.
Then lose to Buffalo. Then you go on a 3-game win streak. You beat the Vikings, the Browns, and Houston. Then you go on another 4-game losing streak. Chargers, Lions, Patriots, Chargers. You lose all of those, then finish up with a win against the Raiders.
So I see you losing to the Raiders. I see you losing to the Raiders, and then you get the win against the Commies, and then you're on a 4-game losing streak to Miami, the Bears, the Jets, KC. See you beating Green Bay, losing to KC. You got the bye week. You're losing to Buffalo, and then I have you guys going on a 3-game win streak against Minnesota, Cleveland, Texans, and then you're on a 5-game losing streak at the end of the season against Chargers, Detroit, New England, Chargers, and the Raiders.
I've got
what the fuck? I had your Ravens do really well.
I've got them losing every single one of those except the Raiders. They're going to finish the season out beating the Raiders.
So here's how Matty has his Broncos going. And this is preseason before anything starts. We're going to beat the Raiders. We're going to beat the Commies. We're going to beat the Bears. We're going to beat the Jets. We're going to lose to the Chiefs. We're going to beat the Packers.
Yeah, you already skipped the Dolphins.
Oh. Yeah, we lose to the Dolphins, so there's 2 losses.
So you're on a 3-game win streak, and then you lose.
No,
and then it's Bears.
2-game win streak. We beat the Raiders, we beat the Commies, we lose to the Dolphins. We beat the Bears, we beat the Jets, we lose to the Chiefs. We beat the Packers, we beat the Chiefs, we're on a bye week. We lose to the Bills, lose to the Vikings.
By the way, Anaheim's up 8-4.
Son of a bitch! We lose to the Vikings. We beat the molester over in Cleveland.
Red Sox and Mariners are tied 0-0, bottom of the 4th. I'm not switching over to that game right now.
I'm sorry. Tanner, can you throw a home run? I'd appreciate it if you threw a slider straight down the middle.
And the Brewers and Cardinals are in the bottom of the 1st, 0-0.
Okay, that makes sense.
Jesus Christ, Devin.
Oh no, that last one was just me. The other ones were Micah.
Well, Micah, one of you two quit fucking hacking up lungs.
We beat the Browns.
Oh, you bring it, bitch.
We lose to the Texans. We beat the Chargers. We lose to the Lions. We beat the Patriots. We beat the Chargers. We beat the Raiders.
So you've got the Broncos 10-7.
Yes, we are 10-7.
Okay.
And we are back showing our pretty faces. That was our schedules.
So
I
already recorded right here.
Yep, right here in my standings, I have in us three. I have Baltimore going first, Vegas going second, Denver being last in us three.
I got it the opposite way. I've got Denver, I've got Baltimore, I've got Oakland. Or Vegas.
You think Denver's going to be better than Baltimore this year?
I do.
And what about you, Cap? What's your rankings for our three teams?
So
You're dead last.
So I got Oakland 3-14. I've got Denver 7-10 and Baltimore 10-7.
Okay. It's similar to your 10-7 and your 7-10 with me and Denver, because that's how I have me and Matt. I have us going 12-5 and Matt going 5-12.
So there is one more thing that Maddie wanted to touch on. FanDuel has released already the betting lines for week 1 in the NFL. I'm very interested in this. As you guys know, I am RAWBall's resident
gambler.
So I'm pulling it up currently on the phone.
At this point,
FanDuel,
Maddie,
please sponsor us.
At this point, Maddie, let's say if it's you and Dev hanging out with me, like you, me, Dev, and Micah, we're hanging on Thanksgiving. I've got a feeling you're going to throw a bet whenever Micah and I whip our dicks out to like a flip on a tree. You're going to bet which one finishes first.
Mayhaps. As long as I make money off of it. As I told Cap the other day, because we were talking the other day, I'm working overtime quite a bit at work, and he's like, "Jesus, kid, why so much overtime?" And I just sent him a gif of Mr. Krabs going, "Hello, I like money."
I like money.
I like money too, but I make mine off the stock market.
All right, so I'm going to go hop
in real estate.
I'm going to go hop into the NFL for the week 1 betting lines. And this is very interesting to me because we've got some interesting games week 1. So to kick off the NFL season proper, Thursday night, Detroit in Kansas City.
Pull up the thing. Pull your thing out and put it up.
Oh my! Angels 9, Baltimore 4. Good Lord.
Jesus.
I told you, Grayson Rodriguez, even though he's the top major league pitching prospect, he ain't that fucking good. Oh shit! Cardinals just went up 3-0.
Nice.
Gotta love that for my cards. How are we doing in our fantasy standings while Matt looks through this?
Let me pull that out and up.
Because I haven't been able to look at it today.
Let me see here. So as of right now, my brother is you and my brother are tied with 73.5 for first place. I'm at 69.5. Casey's at 66.5. Champagne's at 64. Maddie's at 63, and V Trigger's at 49.5.
Are you an imposter?
No.
So, yeah, you're tied for first place, Dev. I'm trying to make up ground.
Yeah. And do you know how many more active players me and your brother have?
Let's take a look. Tonight, you've got 1, 2, 3 more guys left to start. And my brother has. What does Justin have? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players left to go.
Okay. And I still got some still going right now, so I think I got at least I have 3 left to start, and I think I still have at least 4 in the Cardinals.
I got 2 more to go on mine.
So I have like 8 all going. Okay. Fair enough.
So Maddie was going to bring up the first week betting odds.
I am currently doing that. My thing is being funky on here, so I'm just going to go to it the casual way because I do mine in points as opposed to the plus hundreds. So, in regards to week 1, I actually have this. I have this pulled up on my phone, so I can tell you the points according to it on my phone, but show it to you through here. Game 1, Thursday night, is Detroit Lions in Kansas City. The Lions are the underdogs at 3.4 to 1.
You're showing 6.5 on.
Well, that's the spread.
Yeah.
That's the spread.
Okay.
I always look at the money line because that's what I go.
So
But-
240,
In terms,
$2.95?
if we're going through the spread, yes, they are 6.5 underdogs to the spread.
I'm taking Chiefs there. Chiefs are going to demolish Detroit.
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs too.
Let's see what I went because I already have a parlay down on the entire week 1.
Chiefs may not lose a game this year.
For fucking real.
What'd you say, Cap?
Chiefs may not lose a game this year.
Hold on.
If
I'm looking
they
through
get
all of it.
they might.
There's not a game the Chiefs are going to play that they're not going to be favored. Think about that. There's not a game the Chiefs are going to play this year they will not be favored in.
Oh yeah, no. This entire season, the Chiefs are probably going to be favored in every game they play.
I'm just lucky that we don't have to play them at least once, so we are not another fucking tally on their win column.
So I too have the Chiefs going week 1 for my parlay.
Okay.
Game 2, and it is the first game of Sunday morning football. It is the Niners at Pittsburgh, and I have the Pittsburgh Steelers winning.
Yeah, I've got Pittsburgh winning that too.
I see Pittsburgh going over the 49ers in week 1.
Yeah, Pittsburgh goes over.
The next game is the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons.
I got Carolina.
Carolina.
God, this is going to be a suck fest.
I think CJ is going to do, or not, it is CJ, right? He's the Panther?
CJ Stroud, I believe, is the Panther.
I see CJ going.
In my opinion, this should be a pick'em, and I would go Panthers, but I would not lay money on this game under any circumstances.
Actually, hold on. So the first overall pick, no, this was Bryce Young, Devin. So the Panthers have Bryce Young.
Okay, still, I see either Bryce Young or CJ. It's Bryce Young. I see Bryce Young doing well for the Panthers.
Tanner Houck just gave up a 2-run homer. Seattle's up 2-0.
Of course he did. So, yeah, I've got Carolina going this one with Bryce Young getting his first NFL win.
Yeah, I'm not touching that one. That one's just two teams that are so shitty that I'm not even going to touch.
Well, the spread is 3. It's 3 points. What do you think on that, Cap? Would you go the spread?
The spread there is irrelevant because neither team is worth a damn. I'm not betting either team.
Would you bet on the over-under, which is 43.5 points?
No, because I'm not a degenerate dipshit. I'm not betting on – I don't bet unless I feel there's a clear-cut way to go there.
I have the Panthers going that one. The next game is Houston in Baltimore. I have Baltimore.
What's the line for Baltimore? I can barely
the
read it.
line for it is 9.5.
See, that's too fucking big.
It is way too big. That's why
I
I
see
go
us
money.
beating them.
I'm not touching that one either. No way
That's
in
why I
hell.
go money lines. Look at how favored the Ravens are.
I'm not touching that one. The line's too big. It's the first week out. Baltimore's still getting their shit together. Yes, Houston sucks, but if Baltimore's
That's why
not,
we touch money lines here at RAWBall.
well, that's why Cap doesn't bet on shit unless he has a pretty goddamn good feeling he's going to win money.
I've got Baltimore winning that game.
So let's back up here. So let's say go back to the top here. I've got Chiefs, Steelers, fuck the Panthers, fuck the Falcons, fuck the Texans, fuck the Ravens.
Up next will be Cincinnati at
Fuck you too, buddy.
Oh, Cincy's going way over there, taking the Bengals.
Up next, Vegas at Denver.
What is Denver minus 3.5?
Yeah, Denver's minus 3.5. So Denver's the favorite here.
I'm not touching that one. I feel like Denver's going to win, but I'm not betting that. That's too close. I'm not touching that.
All right. Up next, we've got Tampa at Minnesota.
6-5 in Tampa. Okay.
That line is way too big.
I think Minnesota's going over Tampa in that game.
It's only a touchdown difference.
No. That's a plus a touchdown. That game is a field goal at best. I'm not touching that shit. Fuck that.
Arizona at Washington.
Fuck both of them. I'm not even giving them half a minute of my time.
Tennessee at New Orleans. 3.
Fuck both of them. Not giving them a minute of my time.
Jacksonville at Indy.
Fuck both of them. Not giving them a minute of my time.
Oh, this is an interesting one. LA Rams at Seattle. 5.5 is the spread.
I am very tempted. Wait, what is it? Is Seattle's favored?
Yeah, Seattle is the favorite here.
Oh yeah, give me Rams plus 5.5.
Eagles at New England. 4 is the line.
Oh God, Belichick just plays hell with younger quarterbacks. That's too close. I'm not touching that.
It's just over a field goal, though, Cap. Do you think a team's going to be that close?
Too close for me to touch.
All right. Green Bay at Chicago, 1.5.
I'm not even fucking with that. That's way too. We don't fucking know anything there.
It's the closest one to go, though.
I'm not taking either team. It's too close for me.
All right. Miami at LA.
LA's minus 2.5.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
That's a field goal difference.
Shit. I would maybe. I'm going to write Chargers, but with a maybe in parentheses. I will have to get closer.
Sunday night game is Dallas at New York.
3 different.
A 3-point difference.
I don't know or understand either of these teams. I think both teams are full of fuckwads. I'm not even touching that one. I don't trust either team to do their job.
All right, and last off is the Monday night game, Buffalo at New York. Jesus. Buffalo at New York.
Bills.
So, if Cap were to be putting together a parlay with what he told us,
Chiefs.
Cap, if you were to throw $5 at this parlay right now, you would make $237.
Are you looking at the teams that I picked?
Yes, because you did say you did pick teams. If you were to put down a parlay right now on FanDuel, this is what you would make.
Chiefs, Steelers, Bengals, Rams, maybe the Chargers, maybe, and then the Rams.
You would maybe go the Chargers because I don't think I did put down for the Chargers.
So Chiefs, Steelers, Bengals, Rams, Bills. Those would be the 5 I would be most inclined to bet. As we got closer to game time, that number would probably be cut in half.
If you were to throw $10 at this parlay, you would make close to $500.
$10, shit, that's a 6-pack plus a beer. This is why I don't gamble, because trust me, I don't have a problem with gambling. I have a problem with the lines that Vegas sets in these games. As I put forward,
that's why I go money line. That's why I go who's going to win over the spread. I hate doing the spread because I don't understand it. I understand over-unders. I understand money line. I don't really understand the spread that well.
The thing with the spread is so often bullshit. And I've often thought about, I've never done this. For anyone watching, FBI, IRS, whatever, I've thought about doing this, but I've never done this, and I probably never will. I've thought about doing my own book where I'm setting the lines and looking at these teams, because every week I look at the betting lines. I don't bet on them, but I look at them, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Why are these lines so fucked?
So it does look like we're in for a very interesting week, or NFL season, especially to start the season.
Well, this is May 15th, and the season doesn't kick off for June, July, August, 4 months. So we've got a decent ways to go here. But if I were looking at those lines, I'm saying Chiefs, Steelers, Bengals, Rams, Bills, and maybe the Chargers, maybe.
Other than the finalization of the Commanders going to the new family that owns it, is there any other NFL news that we should touch on?
I don't think so. At least
Eagles are up 9-5. Yankees are up 5-0 on the Blue Jays. Mariners 2-0 over the Red Sox.
Did you say 5-0 on the Blue Jays? Son of a bitch.
5-0 on the Blue Jays. Cardinals are up 3-0 on the Brewers. Braves and Rangers are tied at 0-0. Cubs and Astros 0-0, and we still got about half a dozen more games still to kick off.
Okay, so from Orioles, Angels, go back over.
Okay, let me. So we got Angels 9-5 over the Orioles, top of the 6th.
Okay.
Yankees up 5-0, bottom of the. It just ended the 4th.
Okay.
Mariners up 2-0, bottom of the 5th. Cardinals up 3-0, bottom of the 2nd. And Rangers, Braves, Cubs, Astros both tied at 0, bottom of the 1st.
Come on, Orioles. Come on, Blue Jays. Get your heads out of your asses. Make Matty some fucking money. Anywho, jumping over into the NBA Conference Finals.
Oh, this was next on my list. Well, we're losing. Before we get to that, before we close out the NFL, we have to mention, or we have to lament essentially the end of the career of Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan has been sent to the booth. He will now be an analyst, blocked by Bay.
Oh, yeah. Dave got blocked by Jimmy. If you want to talk to him about that.
You know what, Jimmy?
It's an interesting story. Basically, Jimmy got around to Dave and told him, if you don't have anything nice, don't say anything at all.
I'm going to speak to this matter right here and right now. Jimmy, you blocked my good friend. You chicken shit assed your way out of actually having to face me in an overtime. You've been running your mouth. You've been running your ass for months on end. The time is coming to pay the piper.
The time is coming for you to capitulate to the capped. We both know what went down last November. You and I have a date with destiny on the airwaves. I am begging you, Jimmy Bebe. I am begging you. Curl up the cojones. Grab yourself by the nethers. Do whatever you got to do. Because I am challenging you to the rematch that we should have had 6 months ago. Everybody out there knows who the better booker is. But unfortunately for us, another gentleman decided he should decide that. And we know the shit canery that came about. You know, I know, the world knows, baby. I am begging, daring, and challenging you. Face me one-on-one without your child in a luchador mask, without there being some kind of random thrown together trivia, without there being any kind of horse hockey horse shit. Jimmy, ball up and face the captain. But I know you won't, because you ain't got the guts. I know you won't, because you ain't got the balls. I got the guts. I got the balls. We can put it to an impartial panel. We can set up any kind of sort of booking arrangement that we both feel agreed to. I'm hiding behind nothing. You're hiding behind your child and a schmuck who decided what was going to happen because he would not allow me to become the face of the franchise as I had become. Jimmy, I am calling you out one-on-one one more time. Who's the better booker? Is it you or me? You name the time, you name the place, we'll get the appropriate parties together and we'll make it happen. You want to bar, ban, block any of my friends? You want to pull your, oh, it's all rainbows and bullshit? No, it ain't going to happen. You know why? Because I live in reality, you live in fantasy. I live in nonfiction, you live in fiction. You're full of shit, and I'm full of facts. Jimmy, baby, I am begging you. I am pleading with you. Come and face me, one-on-one. But I know these pleas are probably going to fall on deaf ears because when it all comes down to it, let's just be real with ourselves, be real with the audience. You are a gutless, chicken shit son of a bitch who doesn't even have the slightest bit of testicular or intestinal fortitude to face me one-on-one again. I dare you, Jimmy. I double dare you. I triple dog dare you with your lip on a frozen pole, you balding piece of shit son of a bitch. Bring it.
And to that, I will say, that was the most John Moxley promo you could have ever cut, Cap.
I mean, I was going to say the same thing. Whew.
Like,
Bring it, baby.
like
I'm here. Where the fuck are you?
Like I expect him to be walking around the ring, rolling his shoulders and shit, doing that type of a promo.
We need a post on Twitter. Hashtag Cat versus Bebe. Make it trending so he sees it.
But that was one hell of a promo. I might cut a promo because Denver's
Guess
got
what, baby? It wasn't scripted by someone trying to make the business all nice and happy. That was me off the cuff.
You don't
Bring it.
script anything up in this bitch.
So Denver's losing the title. There's no way we're getting past LA.
In less than 24 hours, we've had Denver's winning the chip to Denver losing the chip.
So we've got in the Eastern Conference Finals, we got the Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics. Probably going to be a pretty damn good series.
Have you seen the statistics on that? And like what ESPN and people are saying, that the Heat have like a 9.6. I recently saw it today before we got in, and it was like a 9.6% chance that the Heat are going to go up on the.
Then it went up from this morning because whenever I checked this morning, it was about, I want to say 9 in the morning, and ESPN put out that Miami had a 3% chance to go up and win and go into the finals. And that means that Boston had a 97% win probability. Holy shit. They have no faith on Miami. Throw all your money on Miami right now.
See,
I think I saw it was 6.9, but my dyslexia flipped it.
That previous promo is why we need you on TikTok to cut that shit out as a short and send that to Bebe.
Anyone. I'll send it to Bebe. I'm going to send it to his child. I'm going to pull an Israel out of Sanya.
And then we have the Western Conference Finals. We have the lovable Los Angeles Lakers taking on Maddie's desperate Denver Nuggets.
He's not alone. I'm with him. I'm a Nuggets fan. I'm a Nuggets Celtic. So in my happy dreams, both of my teams are going to the finals.
Well, where did your older brother go?
The bathroom doors are, bathroom. Master of the quick piss.
Cody Rhodes is back.
So,
we're just talking about Denver and the Lakers.
So, Denver has a bad history. So, let me go back. There's some history to this. George Karl once benched Kobe Bryant during the Olympics. Kobe Bryant held a vendetta against Denver ever since. Therefore, every time we played the Lakers in the playoffs, we got bounced because Kobe Bryant would put up numbers against Denver. Denver, in its almost, I believe, 60 years of existence, the Nuggets, has never won a title, never been to an NBA Finals. We have a chance. And we're playing LeBron James and the Lakers. I have no faith on God's green earth that we're beating the Lakers. If we do, it is history making and Denver's winning the championship. I think with this team that we have, we've got the best chance to win a championship than the Nuggets have ever had. And we had Carmelo Anthony, Allen Iverson, and Chauncey Billups on the same team at one point in time. As a Denver Nuggets basketball fan, I have never seen a chance where we could actually take the finals. I'm so looking forward to this series because it's going to be interesting to watch. We've got a damn good defense, so I don't know if LeBron's going to be as effective. But our offense has to put out. Jokic has to put out. Murray has to put out. We need Aaron Gordon to actually fucking do something because the last series he didn't do shit. We need our players to be performing at the top performance. Michael Porter Jr. is fantastic. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is fantastic off the bench. We need this, and we need it. No. Dave, I feel like it's going to be the Lakers in 5. We're going to get one win, and then the ghost of Kobe Bryant is going to possess like D'Angelo Russell or something, and then D'Angelo Russell's going to put up 45 points, in like 2 games. I have a very bad feeling about this, but I really want Denver to win this. Like, I almost cried when Denver won a Super Bowl back when they won it. The Avalanche, I'm not a big hockey fan. I was hype, but I'm not that big a fan. If the Rockies win a title, I'm going to be happy. But if the Nuggets win the NBA championship, I'm going to cry. That is something that I've been waiting for years. Sorry for my tangent.
Nonetheless, Denver's losing the fucking Lakers.
I just sent out a tweet to Jimmy Bay.
Oh?
Ooh.
Is it your whole rant just in written form?
No, in contracted form.
Fair enough.
I only have 140 characters. I have to make every single word count.
And I will shoot him another message.
Is he still part of the other program? I haven't seen shit on that.
Oh yeah, he became he became like the flagship. I was becoming the flagship because I was doing more shows than anybody. Cap was the face of the franchise, but I guess they decided, we can't have this beer drinking, cigarette smoking, out booking, more intelligent guy be the face. We need a puppet. We need a guy who we can maneuver, a guy who we can play with.
So, Cap, what are the current scores right now?
Current scores in MLB. It is 9-5, top of the 7th. Angels over Orioles, 5-0. Yankees over Blue Jays, middle of the 5th. Mariners still up 2-0 on the Red Sox, top of the 6th. Cardinals have taken a 4-0 lead over the Brewers, bottom of the 3rd.
Let's go.
Braves up 4-0 on the Rangers, bottom of the 2nd. Astros up 4-0 on the Cubs. And the other 6 games have yet to start.
Okay, so I need the Blue Jays and the Orioles to recover, is what you're telling me.
Yes, in a nutshell, but they're both 4 runs behind.
Fuck.
Maddie's Monday parlay. Are those Avalanche shorts?
Yes,
Devin
they
does
are.
have Avalanche shorts.
I thought I recognized the logo.
I do have Avalanche shorts. I call them my sexy shorts.
Your what?
My sexy shorts.
Your
But
sexy-
instead of sexy, sassy.
What?
So that's what you wear every night to turn sky on. Like that's your
Bro,
you just pop through the bedroom door wearing those, and you just
Since
All right, baby,
we're
let's go.
in like the last 30 minutes of the show, let's jump into our WWE talks, as we've got Sands of Time coming up.
Yes, in a couple of weeks.
Apparently Sami Zayn's going to Saudi Arabia,
Which
There's
I
no
still do
chance
not
in
buy.
hell that's happening.
He cannot go to Saudi. He'll be captured and beheaded.
Yeah,
I
was
think
about
they
to say,
made a deal.
Are you guys going? No. Are they going to fucking keep him in a goddamn armored truck the entire time?
And it's just KO versus Solo and Roman.
Like, I
KO
don't.
won't do it if Sammy doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how he's been the past couple of years.
That's why KO's never win. But to this point, no. The consolation the World Heavyweight title is the consolation prize. That's exactly what it is. You're not a moron for thinking that, Dave, because all 3 of the people that you see on screen right now think that world title is a consolation prize.
It is because they won't. They're too chicken shit to take the belt off of Roman in the reign, but they're so brazen and so ludicrous, for lack of a better phrase,
Bro, if
they're
Cody,
just going to create a world championship because they're not going to take the actual world title off Roman. Like Roman
if Cody would
always-
have won at Mania, this would not be a consolation prize. This would be, hey, this is going to be the world champion over here.
Vince stepped in. He said, "Never a rose, not in my company."
I'm glad
That's
your
what it had
ticket
to
is
have been.
looking very good, Dave. Fuck off. Xavier Rhodes. Hey, that's a good opponent for Dom.
Yeah.
That is actually a good opponent for Dom.
I literally,
Dave, while you're here, sorry,
the
Kat.
more and the longer and you can call me an Oliver Stone level conspiracy theorist. I literally think the plan was to have Cody go over night 2, and then Gomez Adams stepped in and said, "Not in my WWE. Rhodes is never going to hold the world title."
Apparently, the home run that Otani hit, and this is via MLB.com, 456 feet, 114.6 mph off the bat.
Jesus.
Yep, I saw that.
Otani hit that to fucking Jupiter. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Raquel
Sami
versus
Zayn
Chelsea
versus
Green is
Judgment
playing
Day.
his place due to Liv's injury, and Sonya is there as well. Why don't they use Sonya more, dude?
She's a
They
lesbian.
don't see us? Yeah. They have
If
her
that's
for
the
lesbians.
reason, that's bullshit.
Kind of the same reason why they still have Mustafa and Mansoor. They need some Saudi and
God damn, pal, we can't have a lesbian. It's not stupendous.
KO and Sammy versus Judgment Day for the main event. Ooh, Finn and Priest versus KO and Sammy.
Are the belts on
Okay.
the line?
Are the belts on the line, Dave? Is what Cap asked.
Because if so, that could be the switch. That's how you get Sammy and KO out of Saudi.
Also, Dave, I want to know.
And Finn getting tag title reigns.
Dave, I want to know, since this is a little out of topic what we're doing, Dave, I want to know what you're projected for your Patriots to be in the NFL season. How well you think they're going to do.
Because you got to know, let's just say this is for the belts tonight. Think about the amount of cum slurping that Vince is going to have if he has 3 belts on Roman and one on Solo. He's got both legitimate world titles and then a tag title. Because it would be very easy for Sammy and KO to drop the belts tonight, and then he and Solo take them back in Saudi, and you've got Roman with 3 belts. That is a Vince move.
Total Vince move.
I mean, we're talking like slurping cum by the shot glass. Vince move.
Slurping come by the shot glass, Vince.
Hey, I finally came up with one.
Put that on a shirt.
Going into Sands of Time, and that is what we will end up calling the Saudi shows from now on until they're done in Saudi Arabia, because
Which will
fuck
never
Saudi
happen
Arabia.
because they're basically essentially making $50-60 million for a show where it doesn't matter whether they sell 1 ticket or 70,000. They're making a shitload of money.
Yeah, like these are just money grabbing shows, and I'm not a big fan of it at all. But we have to deal with it. Hence, Saudi shows are the Sands of Time until further notice.
Until further notice.
Somehow we get some good Saudi shows. I'm not gonna lie, we've gotten some good ones.
I think I've watched maybe 1 or 2 of them.
We know Seth and AJ is going to be a banger. I mean,
Oh, bro, you've got me sold just on that. Guess who's gonna be the most hyped live streamer for that show?
Grossi?
That boy. Grossi?
If we can get Grossi, hey, shoot Grossi a message. See if he's available for it.
For Saudi, I'll see what I can do.
It's early in the morning. If he's available for it, the RAWBall Podcast will much happily have Grossi on again.
What time does that show start?
I think 11 a.m.
So 10 a.m. our time.
I think the pre-show starts at 10, and the actual show starts at 11.
And when's the date?
Next Saturday, the 27th.
Are you coming over for that, Matt?
Not this coming Saturday, but the Saturday after. So not this coming Saturday, but Saturday the 27th.
Yeah.
We can probably live stream it from our individual houses. You have Peacock, right?
Yeah. We'll see if hopefully I'll be able to wake up.
We can stream it from individual houses because that's early enough in the morning that Alora won't need to sleep.
Let's
I
hope.
can stream comfortably from my bed.
Yeah. Matt will
So
fall
it's not
asleep during
this
it.
week. It's next week, right?
Mattress Maddie?
Mattress Maddie. Yep. That's another gimmick.
We got more gimmicks.
We have to write down a list of every gimmick I've done so far. We've got the man called
Ultimo
Maddie. We've got
Ultimo Maddie.
Maddie Muda.
I've not done
Maddie
Ultimo
Muda.
Maddie. I need a mask. I need a good mask.
No, I'm doing. I didn't say Ultimo. I said Ultimate Maddie.
Oh,
Ultimate Warrior.
we could do that, but Ultimate Warrior was a homophobic piece of shit.
Yes.
So I wouldn't want to fucking recognize that piece of shit.
Yeah, Jim Hellring can blow himself in hell.
You have Matty Ass, but we haven't seen that yet.
Godfather of Guadalajara.
One of these
Yep,
days.
Godfather Guadalajara.
The Tijuana Tickler.
Tijuana Tickler.
Poppy.
The Puerto Rican Poppy.
That one got a word to crack up.
We got to find one for Mexican.
Mexican Matty.
Mexican Maddie's too easy.
The Mastodon of Mexico City.
Aztec Amor.
The Mexican Marauder Matty.
Amor. The Aztec Love.
Oh, the masseuse of Mexico City.
The masseuse of Mexico City. That's what it was.
There's so many.
We've got a list. But speaking of a list, what all matches have been set for Sands of Time?
I've seen AJ versus Seth, the tag team, and I think that's it.
And the tag belts.
It's Night of Champions, right?
Yeah.
So Gunther versus, they're going to have a battle royal tonight on Raw to decide who's going to face Gunther.
All right. So far, as of cage side seats, God, I hate using them as my fucking reference. But so far, we've got Cody Brock.
Yeah, Cody Brock.
Seth
and
AJ
Roman,
Seth.
or Seth and AJ, the tag belts.
And then the tag belts, Roman and Solo versus KO and Sami. But there's no fucking way that's happening in Saudi, right?
We know that's why they're probably going to drop the tag belts tonight.
But if Dave can help us, is that match for the tag belts? Because if it's not,
it is. It is.
It is. You looked it up.
It is. I looked at the card today. It's for the tag belts.
Okay.
Roman dedicated to Alpha and Sika.
I know. Oh no, that match is for the tag belts. But KO and Sami versus Judgment Day.
Okay. Well, also there's going to be a battle royal tonight on Raw to determine the number one contender for Gunther. So there's 4 matches. There's going to be probably Rhea or Bianca versus someone for the women's title. So there's 5.
We're probably going to get Bianca versus Asuka again.
And it's a trip show, so it's going to be a 6-match PLE, as he loves to do. Whatever that 6th match is going to be, who knows?
But I'm going to take this time to hit the Porcelain Prince as I am the Poppy Porcelain.
Jesus Christ, how many times a day do you take a shit?
I've only done it once today.
Fucker eats.
I'm lucky if I take a shit once a week.
Oh no.
Mustafa
What would
Ali
happen, Matt?
versus Gunther.
Mustafa Ali is expected to win the Battle Royal. If that happens, Gunther versus Mustafa is going to be very quick, I
fucking
feel.
murder.
If Mustafa Ali wins, I see that as the curtain jerker where Gunther just pounds him into abyss, into dust. Night of Champions, so we know the women's tag titles will be defended. Whoever holds those fucking things at the moment. Doesn't really matter. Theory will defend the U.S. title against somebody. I mean, yeah, we know the belts are going to be on the line, but we know the likelihood of any of them changing hands other than the bloodline taking the tag belts off of whoever they face.
Oh, Dave chimed in. The women's Raw Women's Championship from SmackDown is likely to be facing a fresh new opponent in Asuka due to the draft. That is pointless. That's because the Raw Women's Champion and Asuka both got drafted to SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean, the only belts they're going to change hands are going to be the bloodline taking the tag belts off whoever they face.
Dude, they're going to fucking do the stupid draft shit where they just have the women exchange titles again, aren't they?
Would it shock you?
It wouldn't, but I wish that they would fucking put them on people that went to the fucking brand.
Well, that's because the belts are interchangeable.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
It's like, hey, Maddie, I'll swap you my Intercontinental title for your U.S. title.
That's dumb, dude. That's like you looking me dead in the eyes.
By the way, Seattle's up 5-0 on Boston.
Nice. That would be like you looking me dead in the eyes, knowing that I have big gold and you have the spinner belt and going, here's this piece of shit for big gold.
Reds
Big Gold will throw is and always be the best title they've ever made.
Yeah, every belt except the two which actually matter.
I just fucking realized that, Dave. What? There's no way that match is happening with Sami and KO, dude.
Sami and KO are going to drop the belts tonight. They're going to take, and then Roman and Solo are going to take them off of Finn and Damian.
Well, if Judgment Day wins, I don't think Roman's going to see any point to try to fight him.
Well, no, because Roman still wants that gold. He wants to extend the roots of the bloodline. But we know Sami and KO are not going to Saudi, so they're going to have to drop the belts.
Some would say Roman was jealous of Kenny Omega with his 5 titles.
Roman isn't jealous of anybody with the money he's making and the schedule he gets to work, because basically he shows up half a dozen times a year to work and gets paid probably close to 10 figures to do so. Yeah, WWE is writing and making up history. That whole Hogan-Andre rival show, they're like, oh, this was the first big rivalry. And Hogan and Orndorff were huge rivals that drew tons of money before Hogan and Andre ever got at it. But we can't talk about Paul Orndorff because he's a Crockett guy. He's a WCW guy.
Hey, at least he pile drove fucking Hogan.
Oh, fuck me.
But lest we remind you, Denver's losing the championship thanks to the fucking Lakers.
You're going to be singing a different tune when Denver's up 2-0 in a week.
Dude, if we go up 2-0,
and we get back
fucking
here and
hopeless
Denver's up
optimism.
2-0, and you are just waving your dick around saying, I knew it, my boys could do it.
If we make it to the finals, you'll hear that. But until then, I'm not betting on the money line ever for those games. As a matter of fact, I haven't bet the money line. I can tell you what I've got for that game.
What do you have bet for game 1, Denver and the Lakers? I need to hear this.
You know what? You go off on a tangent about something. Go off on Kenny Omega real quick.
Kenny Omega, you twinkle toes, jazz handing, no talent son of a bitch. You can't cut a promo worth a goddamn. You can only have a good match if you have a dance partner that knows what the fuck they're doing. You hang around with the two most worthless schmuck motherfuckers on planet Earth in pro wrestling, the Jackson brothers. How you ever made friends with them, I do not know. From what I understand, you're a fairly educated man, but how you cannot pick and choose your friends a little bit better, it escapes me. You like to hug koalas. You like to play video games.
Koalas are cute.
You like to have wrestling matches with blow-up dolls, 9-year-old girls. You like to dress like a Ghostbuster. You like to walk out to the ring with a fucking broom and call yourself the cleaner. You douse yourself in baby oil mid-match. Kenny Omega, fuck you. You are scum. Yes, you've had a few good matches here and there, but it was only because Okada and Bryan Danielson carried your fucking ass. Kenny Omega, get out of professional wrestling. Please, for the sake of professional wrestling, get the fuck out of it. Get the fuck out of it. We'll be a lot better with you gone. You and the Cucamonga kids and that dipshit that wears the fucking faux hockey mask that holds the camcorder. Fuck all of y'all. Get the fuck out of professional wrestling. We never needed you. We never wanted you. We never will need or want you. You are pointless, worthless, and needless. Get lost, Kenny and the Bucks. You are the worst thing that has happened to professional wrestling since Vince fucking Russo, and I am stretching that more than I normally would.
Kenny Omega, I like you.
You want my honest opinion? There you go.
Cap's opinions are not the opinions and thoughts of the entire RAWBall podcast. I think Kenny Omega is fine.
I love John Moxley.
We'll get to Moxley later, but Kenny Omega, take your V trigger and shove it up your C hole.
All right, what else do we need to cover?
I'm getting ready to throw up my Game 1 parlay for the Lakers and Nuggets. So, Devin, is there anything you want to go on about real quick?
No, I like Kenny Omega.
You want to go off on Nia Jax real quick?
Fuck that cow-eating, fucking ground beef-looking piece of shit. She needs to stay out of the women's division in every fucking company. I don't give a fuck if you're part of the Samoan bloodline, if you even got a cum stain from them. I don't give a shit. Get the fuck out. You are useless. You can't fucking work. You shouldn't be a trainer. You shouldn't even be a person that people look up to, especially in the BBW for big fat women. Fuck you. You suck. Go away.
You just echoed my sentiments on Kenny Omega only with Nia Jax.
Nia Jax. Exactly.
Minus the Young Bucks. I mean,
Yeah.
We're not so different, you and I.
We just hate certain people. Nia Jax, beloved by many. Kenny Omega, beloved by many. But you and me hate one of each of them.
But what about
You
her
hate-
hole? But what about
Fuck her hole. Her hole is
poor
what
hole.
fucking every scientist will study for the black hole. Once something goes in it, nothing's coming back. I'm surprised she even said my hole and the apron didn't just disappear.
Albert Einstein stuck his fist up there and came back with a nub.
Yeah, and that's why everyone was like, oh, what happened to Albert? Nia Jax happened.
Dev, have either of you guys ever encountered a lady whom you could put the entire fist into?
Yes.
No.
I have on one occasion.
Here we go. You like to have an amazing mat with Ishii. I'm assuming Omega. Captain is like the Don Callis of Arkansas. Fuck Kenny Omega.
Do you like Don Callis more than he turned on him?
I have far better style. In fact, when I get suits tailored, they don't stop just above my ankle. They go down below to my dress shoes, my $200 leather dress shoes. When I get a suit custom made, I look like $1 million. When Don Callis gets a suit made, he looks like 10 cents.
I got this from the thrift store.
All right, and my parlay.
I wear my
for
granddad's
the game.
clothes.
It's closed.
Granddad's clothes. I found the thrift store from the thrift shop down the road.
Here we go. So I got Jokic and James to get 30 points. Murray to get 20 points. I think Anthony Davis will get 15. I'm a little scared about that one. But Jokic to get 10 rebounds. James to get 6. Jokic to get 8 assists. Murray and James to get 6 assists. James, Murray, and Jokic to each hit a 3-pointer.
That's
If I get this,
that's the Tuesday night tantalizer from Maddie.
if that hits,
That's
I
the
put
Tuesday
down
night.
$2.
That is the Tuesday night taint tickler from the Tijuana tickler.
If that hits, I put down $2 for $120. That would be cool.
That would be cool. Very evil, but very nice.
Very nice, very evil.
Captain
Captain will be on Sunday with a shaved head and no socks.
From the thrift shop down the... No way in God's green earth.
Well,
Hey,
boys,
if I'm wearing a suit, I'm wearing socks. If I'm, showing up to an event, I'm not showing up bald. And if I am, I'm wearing a kick-ass fucking hat.
Is there anything else we need to cover for this?
I may
Is
not
there
be
anything
wearing,
else we need to cover
I
for
may
this
not
one
be
day?
wearing socks right now because I'm at home and I'm chilling out. But if I show up in a suit, you better damn well believe, Dave, I'm going to be dressing a lot nicer than Don Callis. Although I do like Don Callis. I don't dislike Don Callis.
Callis is good. All right, Cap, Devin, is there anything else we need to hit before we head out for the night?
I don't think so. For me, I think we covered all the points that I wanted to talk about. What we felt like we needed to talk about. Cap, what about you?
Jimmy Baby, I know you're out there. I know you're listening. You know I got the guts. I know you ain't got them, but I'm hoping you can grow them. Let's make it happen. One more time, the trilogy. You and me. It can be done. It can be made to happen. If you got the balls, the cojones, the testicular fortitude, the nuts God gave a good goddamn government mule, you will respond and face the Cap one-on-one. I'm here. Where the fuck are you?
All right. And other than that, I'm going to plug Strictly for the Culture. They make amazing merch. Go after it. It is the year of excellence. Please give them that up, give them that subscribe, and get their merch. They're fantastic people. Also, in the next couple of weeks, my schedule will change. I will be off Monday and Tuesday. So that's going to be great for here. However, I'm going to be working Wednesday to Sunday, with Wednesday to Friday being 7 to 6 p.m. and 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday being 7 a.m. to noon. Meaning in the next 3 weeks will be the last few times I appear on the Greg Cherry Show as a normal host.
Ooh.
So go check those out. That's going to be fun. I'm a little sad to be leaving his show, but hey, RAWBall Podcast is up and beyond. Cap, anything else you want to plug?
I plugged all I need to plug. I didn't know about this schedule change. We will discuss this afterwards. But I will say to everyone who joins in and watches the RAWBall Podcast, thank you one and all for joining me and my brothers as we do what we love to do. As Maddie would like to say, stay healthy, stay happy, stay hydrated, stay out of jail, stay off of cocaine, meth, stay out of herpes addicted whores stay.
And don't be in bad relationships.
And don't let your big dog squish your schnuts.
All right. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay hydrated. Ball out with the RAWBall Podcast. We will catch you. Oh, shit. Did we talk about the game of the week this week, Cap?
No, I mean, we kind of glanced over it, but essentially this weekend it's going to be the Cleveland Guardians against the New York Mets. It's going to be a nice little laugh fest. Justin Verlander is supposedly supposed to take the mound, which means the Mets are going to win just to burn my ass.
One of his guys.
No, I have Max. I didn't get Verlander. I wanted
Who got
to.
Verlander?
So I'm
I
essentially,
don't know.
even though I'm a White Sox fan, I'm going to be the biggest Cleveland Guardian fan that there is on earth during that game because fuck you, Justin Verlander. But
And Maggie had to say her bye to the show.
oh, Maggie had to say goodbye.
All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated.